and down the 70s Australia.
Thank you.
It's a partnership grounded in our history, but also our values, and one we are transforming.
So the outcome was never really in doubt, Richard, but it was a pleasure to do it. Look, our two countries...
Of the Duke of Wellington, and so there was some history to that. There's
a lot of news today about this alleged Chinese spy. How worried are you that it can expect many more Chinese nationals being banned from travelling to the UK of the transitional government? And if I may have a question for the Australian Foreign Minister, please. Any kind of meaningful, positive relationship with Beijing when a...
We are the closest of allies, Australia and the UK. We fight together, we stand together, and we underline the increasing indivisibility between security in the Euro-Atlantic area and security in the Indo-Pacific area. And that's really at the heart of why these talks and this meeting between the four ministers, in my view, was so important. In the Indo-Pacific, we, unsurprisingly, focused a great deal of our discussions on the challenge of maintaining peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific, the challenge of China increasingly active, increasingly assertive in the region, and the vital importance of maintaining both deterrence and freedom of navigation. So in that vein, we discussed plans for the UK Carrier Strike Group visit during the course of 2025, made the announcement that the carrier will visit Australia in Darwin. It'll be the first time a UK carrier has visited and docked in Australia since 1997.
Of today, but all of that speaks to the fact that with our oldest relationship with the United Kingdom, we now in 2024 have very much a strategic dimension to that relationship, which is very profound and makes this one of the most significant relationships that Australia has with any country in the world. And
the context of these discussions is clear. As David said, we are navigating the most complex strategic environment since the end of World War II. And the rules that protect our nations are under pressure, possibly more than ever before. So that's why we're working together to protect and uphold the rules. That's why we insist all countries abide by international law, adhere to international law. We discussed our unwavering support for Ukraine in the face of Russia's illegal and immoral invasion. We are united in our condemnation of the DPRK's support for Russia. And today I have joined David and other partners to reiterate our strongest condemnation of the DPRK's increasing military cooperation with Russia. We've coordinated closely and been united in our approach to the Middle East and the work to helping to break the cycle of violence in the Middle East.
To Syria. Yesterday I announced a £50 million package of humanitarian aid, also further money to help secure chemical weapon stockpiles in Syria. It was important that we were represented in Aqaba at the weekend. We confirm, of course, our support for the principles that have been set out, an inclusive transitional political process that is Syrian-led and Syrian-owned. On China, I welcome the court's decision to uphold the Home Office's position on Yang's exclusion, and where individuals pose a threat, as you would expect, the UK government is absolutely committed to using the full range of powers available to disrupt them.